years ago, Pope Francis had the Year of Mercy. And when we had the Year of Mercy, the word mercy seemed to be everywhere in the sacred scripture as I read. And if you pay attention to today's gospel, it never describes the Samaritan as good. It describes him at the very end. He answered, which of these in your three was neighbor to the robber's victim? He answered, the one who treated him with mercy. Mercy. What is mercy? I did a little word study on mercy. As my privilege, we had the Sisters of Mercy's 50th anniversary or something like that, and I got to celebrate that Mass. And so it was all about the word mercy, mercy, mercy. And mercy is fidelity to the covenant, the fidelity to God's God has mercy on us by being faithful to the agreement that he made with us. Yes, it is forgiveness of sins. Yes, it's justice. Yes, it's love. It's lots of things. Mercy is a word of incredible richness. And how is the Good Samaritan described? Is actually as being merciful. What's the first and the greatest commandment? To love God with all our heart, mind, soul, and strength. To love our neighbor as ourselves is the second, and it's like it. And we are to be men and women of mercy, aren't we? What does that mean in our practical everyday life? Well, I could tell you a story about a man half dead on the side of the road, couldn't I? I could also tell you about a guy who had a mission, a commission. God called him to go and preach and teach. And that mission seemed too hard. So he refused to do it and ran away. And he endangered himself. And he endangered everybody he was with. Because he was too cowardly to do that which God had called him to do. And he made a mess for everybody. And he wasn't merciful. What was he? He was cowardly and selfish. That's the story of Jonah, isn't it? See, the story of Jonah is about a man who had a mission, and he didn't want to do it. And when he ran away, he made a mess for everybody. For everybody. The people in Nineveh didn't hear the word. The people on the ship were in danger because of him. Now, how is it that we are merciful and loving to our families, to ourselves, to our God? We are faithful to what God calls us to. We have eyes that are open and ears that hear, and we see. And yes, maybe we're like Jonah, and maybe we don't have eyes that are open and ears that hear. Maybe we do run away, and maybe we pretend like we don't see. But we're being called today not to make a mess out of our life, make a mess out of the people's lives God has called us to, but to truly treat others with mercy as the Good Samaritan treated the man with mercy.